those of you that don't know me, I'm Mariah. I'm the Falcon Location Manager for Colorado Ballet Society. And then Debbie is out here quite a bit, so if you ever have any questions, you can always ask her, or any of the other girls that are out here as well can help you. So we're just going to read through the packet together, and if you have any questions, let me know. I'm sure other people are going to be thinking the same thing you are, so we'll just get it out in the open now and get it all taken care of. So this is for our Around the World performance for our first ever Falcon Location performance on May 18th at 5 o'clock at Meridian Point Church. Perfect. And Meridian Point is maybe 1.5 miles from here. It's really close. So we figure it's local for everybody, and it's a really nice venue. They're really happy to have us there, so it'll be exciting. I will be your performance contact, and I have my number listed. So if on the day of the dress rehearsal and performance you ever need anything or something comes up, there's an emergency, you can call or text me. And it's just quicker than calling the studio because I won't have that phone available with me. All right, and then we have listed for you the order of show. Some of these dances are not from our Falcon location. We have a tour group from our Briargate location, and it's a bunch of our older girls, and they're gonna come out and do some of their specialty pieces as well. So your girls can kind of see what they do at Briargate because we don't have those higher levels out here. So it'll just be a really neat experience for all of them. But there's the order of show, so you can find which your dancer is in and kind of see where in the show they're going to be. And it'll be about an hour and 15-minute show. All right, so on the next page we have listed, so the dress rehearsal and the performance are on the same day. So for the Sparkle 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5 dress rehearsal, some of them might have class that Saturday morning. And if they do, I would recommend they still go to class and then just go over to Meridian from there. And they must arrive with hair and makeup complete. And we'll talk about all of that in a little bit. Check-in will be at 12:30. And for Sparkles, they all must check in the auditorium with their row mom. So Sparkle dancers will be sitting in the auditorium during the dress rehearsal and the performance. They're not going to be backstage. It gets crazy, and with all those little ones running around, it's just easier to keep them in one place with a row mom, which hopefully will be one of you guys that volunteers. If not, it'll be a CBS staff member as well. All right, when Sparkle dancers check in, they must be dressed in their assigned costume, tights, ballet slippers, or tap shoes, depending on what they're wearing for their dance. So we don't want any unnecessary hoodies or sweatpants or come in with their costume not on them. It's just easier to have them ready to go, hair done, makeup done, and we'll just sit them down and know where they are and know they don't need anything. All right, and like I said, they'll be sitting in the auditorium during dress rehearsal and the performance. And then checkout will be at about 3 p.m. So they'll have a little break between the dress rehearsal and the actual performance, and they must leave the church. So they can't stay. Hopefully it's close enough for you guys to take them somewhere to eat or take them home, let them rest for a little while. It just works out better that way. And then parents will be allowed to sit in the auditorium during dress rehearsal and watch. Keep in mind it is a dress rehearsal, so we might be stopping and starting. It won't be a full run through because we haven't done that with this location yet. So it'll be a little bit different. But that is actually the only time as well that you're allowed to take pictures of your dancer will be at dress rehearsal. So that's something to note. And then at the end of dress rehearsal, we will be posing them on stage for either like group shots or friend shots or things like that, so you guys can get that stage lighting and all of that as well. Okay, so then for dress rehearsal information for all of the other dancers. So this would be like my ballet 1As and up. Also at Meridian, must have hair and makeup done when they get there. Their check-in time is still the same, but they will check in the lobby by last name. And then checkout time is still 3 p.m. The only difference between them and the Sparkles is they'll be backstage, entering from the wing. They won't be in the audience. And once again, they must check out and leave after dress rehearsal. The only thing to note is that ballet 1As will also be arriving in their costumes, just like the Sparkles, ready to go. It's just easier that way. And parents still will be allowed to sit in the audience and take pictures and do all of that stuff as well. Okay, so once we leave at 3 o'clock, we'll be coming back and check-in will be at 4:30 for all dancers. This is just related to Sparkles. They'll still be checking back in with a row mom. It might be a different row mom, but it'll still be in the auditorium with a row mom. All right, and this is kind of just reiterating because some people don't really pay attention to this information, but when they check in, must be dressed and ready to go. We will be allowing them to bring a snack if they want something non-messy, like a cheese stick or pretzels or something like that. But we can't have extra bags and everything like that, especially because they'll be sitting in the audience. So we don't want to be holding their bags backstage and then them sitting in the audience. It just gets too confusing. Okay, and then the performance is at 5 p.m. and this is something very important. So checkout for Sparkles during the performance will happen directly after their dance. So they will come off of stage and there has to be a parent at the front of the stage to pick them up, and then they can just return to the seat with you and watch the rest of the show. So that's just something to know, and we will practice that during dress rehearsal. So if a parent can stay, that would be great, just so they don't get confused during the show with everything that's going on. All right, and then all other dancers, once again checking in, hair and makeup done, which shouldn't be a problem because they were already there for dress rehearsal. So it should already be done if you have to do touch-ups. Check in 4:30, and they will be checking in the lobby. And there's a 5 p.m. performance, and then for them, so my 1As and up will all get checked out after the show. Because if you look at the order of show, there is going to be a finale at the end, excluding Sparkles. So everyone else will have to stay, and they'll go back into the wings and the dressing rooms, and then they will check out in the lobby after the show is finished. All right, so class and attendance. It is very important that you make every effort to have your dancer in class for the next month and a half before the show, month now. They're working on their dancing class, and if we don't have them in there, it's really hard to catch them up, and they get confused, and it's just easier to make every effort to get them there on time and in class. And then also something to note, all Falcon classes continue through Saturday, July 27th. So even after the performance, they still will be coming to class. And they won't be working on their dances, they'll just be doing their fun choreography they were doing before, but they still do have classes. All right, so my Sparkle and Level 1As, you all have hopefully already received a costume, and you did get a care sheet with that, so just pay extra special attention to that care sheet. We don't want them eating in it, running around outside in it, rolling around in the house in it, just wearing it to class and going home. And then after the performance, they get to keep it, so then they can do whatever they want with it, but until then, we really want it to be in good shape for the show. And then the girls that received, some of them had a little hairpiece that'll go on the right side of their bun. So just keep that in mind. And if we see them on dress rehearsal day or something and it doesn't look quite right, we'll let you know and adjust it so you know better for the performance when they come back. All right, so additional information for dress rehearsal and performances. A lot of this is going to be reiterated from what we already talked about, but this is just to ensure the safety and efficiency of the rehearsal and the dress rehearsal. All right, so check in all dancers except Sparkles will take place in the lobby by last name, and then we will have runners that take them to their dressing room. So once the parents check them in, they're not allowed to go with them into the auditorium or the dressing room. All right, must have hair and makeup complete. Please make sure your child has used the restroom before checking in, especially the littles. We will have people there that we can take them to the restroom, but it's much easier if you make sure that they go beforehand. All right, and like I said, other than volunteer moms, we do not have additional space for parents in the staging area, and they will all have plenty of supervision between CBS faculty members and hopefully the volunteers that we get as well. So there's nothing to worry about there. And then I'm gonna skip that one because we've talked about it, but they must be dressed when they check in. So all levels 1B and up are required to wear a nude leotard under their costume. which can be purchased through the front desk or at the Ballerina Boutique, either way. If any Sparkle wants to wear one, they're more than welcome. If it's more of a modest or comfortable thing, if their costume's itchy, it helps with that. But 1B and up are required to wear one. And then designated tights and cover-up clothing. So when they show up at the theater and they have a nudie on and tights, they need to have something else over it. We can't be letting them run around just in their nude leotard. Okay. It happens. So. All right, and like I said, checkout for Sparkles will be at the front of the stage right after their dance.
When you say can be ordered at the front desk, you mean right here?
Yep, so we can take orders for the Ballerina Boutique, and then I will pick them up and bring them back out. Yeah. All right. Checkout for all of the dancers will occur in the same place as check-in. For the safety of the dancers, we need to have a parent present at the check-in and check-out table. We will not let them leave. If they say, my mom's out in the car, or anything like that, especially for our older girls, we really just need them to come in and be sure that we're sending them with the right person. All right, dress rehearsal is the only opportunity for you to take pictures of your dancer in costume in the auditorium. And you may take pictures of your child only unless you have permission from the other child's parent. So I know, like, for instance, I know, Melody, you were talking to all the other moms in the Sparkle 4-5 about maybe doing pictures, which is fine. You just have to get permission from them.
Okay.
All right, and then absolutely no photos and videos during the performance. Okay. We will have a professional videographer there, and you can purchase the video if you'd like. The order form is attached, and you just turn it into the front desk with the appropriate form of payment. And we will also have a professional photographer taking pictures that'll be available as well. So there's no need for you to be doing it, and we won't allow it. Just sit back, relax, and enjoy it, and let them do what they're there for. All right, so they should definitely bring plenty of water. There's only one water fountain in the building, and there's I think 50-some kids performing. So just make sure that they have water.
And they label the bottles?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes, label everything. Yeah. All right, and all girls are to wear new looking clean Gaynor Minden or Mondor pink convertible tights, which are also available through the Ballerina Boutique. If you purchased your uniform and tights through us, it should be the same brand that you have now, but just double check. By then you might want to get a newer pair anyways, just to be sure that they're fresh and clean for the show. All right, so like I said, girls level 1B and up, or anyone who has a costume change. I think we only have 2 or 3 girls that are doing costume changes, but they have to have a nude leotard. All right, there will also be a reception in the lobby following the performance, and we would highly encourage all of you guys to stay and hang out. Our teachers will be there. We'll have staff from Briargate there. The director will be there, so it just gives you a chance to get to know us a little bit more and kind of put a face to the name and see what we really do, and just congratulate your girls on how hard they've worked to put on this show.
Can we take pictures of our girls with, like, their teachers and stuff?
Oh yeah, that's fine.
Afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's just fine. All right, so we cannot have any jewelry on stage. No stud earrings, bracelets, rings, anything. It catches the light too easily and it gets really distracting for the audience. So no jewelry, and also no fingernail polish. And you need to take it off before they get to the theater. Okay, and like Debbie brought up, all items brought to the auditorium must be labeled. If anything gets left and it has a name in it, we know exactly who to call. Otherwise, we get 4 people calling saying, well, we lost this one ballet slipper, and we don't know who it belongs to, and we have 4 different ballet slippers, and so it's just very important. And then, like I mentioned, just be prepared to purchase newer items for the show if you think that what they have right now isn't as new looking as it should be. Okay, on to tickets. So tickets are available for sale at the front desk by check, cash, or card, or you can also go to our website, danceinthesprings.com, and purchase them there, or through this link, the Vendini link. And we will be emailing out this packet after the meeting, so you can just click on the link and buy tickets there if you'd like. And then parents, we would also highly encourage you to share our Facebook page link. You guys have a lot of network that we don't reach, so we would really appreciate it. Invite friends, family, coworkers.